is also recording. So this is pretty much an extra, and we want to dive into other topics that you mentioned your work, your hiring, the person you worked with. How many employees did you have? So this conversation is going to be about her experience with hiring, the whole thing before she ended up closing shop. And then we get into her personal life. So we want to know her relationship, how the experience has been so far, and who is with this beautiful lady, the whole thing. And then we also get to talk a bit about what else. Yeah, I had another one in mind, but yeah, we'll get to it. So the work. What led to, how did you come across this person? Was it like a job post you posted online, or a family friend, or someone you know from school, or someone referral? Like, how was it?
I had mentioned earlier I'm a multi-faced person. I do a lot of things. So I met this person with social media.
Okay.
And I was teaching how to do graphic designs. Initially, I was doing most of the basic designs for my business on my own.
Okay.
And people reached out to me, they wanted to learn. So I decided to create a WhatsApp group and teach them for free.
Okay.
And this person, I think, joined my group too. So the person had my number and kept looking at my stuffs. And he was like, he feels he could help me with my website and stuff. He's a software engineer person. And I was like, okay, why not? You can. I am very picky. In my mind, everybody wants to run me street. So I'm always looking at
for
the red flags so that,
yeah.
And all the boxes were checked. All the
He
boxes
seemed like a
genuine person. And he seemed not interested in anything but helping me build the site so that he'll be able to leverage on my popularity as at the time.
Okay.
So if he does it for me
and does it very well,
I'll talk about it.
And then
people
he can also add it to his portfolio that
he worked
worked
with
on.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, that was how come I met this person.
Okay.
So I had a total of, including the person that does my designs now, a total of 4 people, 2 girls, 2 boys. But then there was one boy that messed everything up for me. So he was basically doing the website thing and all that. He was just, this is what I think. He was just there to leverage, to get what he wanted from me.
Okay.
So when he got what he wanted, he just vanished.
Okay.
He just vanished. And then the sales girls.
So being a devil's advocate here, was it because of he's not here to defend himself, so I'm trying to speak for him. Was it you not, how do I put it, fulfilling agreements you may have had before you started your arrangement, or was it because of how maybe you treated him that got him like, oh, this lady is using me, or this lady is, I've been doing this and that. And I say this because sometimes the arrangement may have started from, oh, let me scratch your back, you scratch my back, in the sense that I'm helping you, your brand and all of that. I also get something for my portfolio. That may have been the original understanding, but after a year or two, their skills have improved and whatnot, and so they might feel that, oh, although we may have started on this foot, I would have wished, now that Delali is a millionaire, she would pocket me some pocket change.
Clark, now that Delali is a millionaire.
That she would, maybe without me asking, she would just socket me some coins. So I'm just being the devil's advocate here. Was it something like that the person may have felt?
So I wouldn't know how this person would have felt. Now, the agreement was never scratch my back or scratch yours. The agreement is I would help you build a website.
Okay.
This is how much I'm going to charge you.
Okay.
You would have to pay for this, that on your own. Then how much I'm charging you would cover for maintenance for the website.
Okay.
Anybody that knows me knows I'm a straightforward person. If I don't have the money for this, I'll tell you I do not have the money for this for now.
Okay.
I can pay it within this period of time.
Okay.
If you are able to do it for me, go ahead. If not, wait for me to get the money, then I'll give it to you.
Okay.
If I can't pay you at all, I'll tell you I do not have the money to pay you, but I can do this, that for you.
Okay.
Are we good? You would agree or you would disagree. I cannot come and hold your neck.
So at the time, whatever arrangement you people had was something both of you understood and agreed on.
This is what I think. Oh, this person was there to leverage on what he could get out of me. The money aside, as at the time, it was to be able to get the softness of having an agency, a marketing agency, because I have the brain for it. Everything you've seen about Jodel Salter on the internet is my brain. I didn't consult, ChatGPT here and there, but it's my brain. I do all the campaigns, pictures, everything basically is just me, except Michael tweaking my designs for me.
Yeah.
Apart from Michael, there was nobody. It's just me. So we talked and got to the point of, okay, we can create a digital marketing business where you get to create websites for people. Since people already know me as this business person, they can come and consult me, and then if they ask...
And since he's done a good job
for me, I could always recommend you. So we came up with the business name and everything. You will not believe that this person have gone to register their business for himself.
Oh, okay.
The name that I came up with, he didn't come up with the name, I came up with the name. We could do this, that. And he has gone to register the business under his name.
And essentially kind of cut you out.
Cut me out. That was supposed to be the first thing that clocked my brain, that this person is there to get what he wants. But I wanted to go to heaven. I wanted to I wanted to be a good Christian. I wanted to be able to live up to what I say or what I preach.
Yeah.
So at least he needs it. I have a 9 to 5. My jobs are plenty. Why come and add this thing to it?
Yes.
If he needs it, it's going to help this person this way.
Yeah.
That's the best I can do. You can have it.
Yeah.
I just left it like that.
Okay.
So if I've left it like that for you, does it mean I'm there to clock you?
No.
No. But right now, I'm there to clock anybody. I'm looking into the camera. Me, I'm there to clock anybody. Thank you.
Oh. Okay, so that's one wahala. The next one is the person you had at your shop. How did you find, was it a he or a she?
Yeah, it was a she.
How did you find her? How, and 8 months, it's pretty much like a short period of time to work. And so how did you find her? You mentioned you're after like 3 months, you go and like, yay, let's get money to produce more stuff because the shop is almost empty, but there's no money. Is it a bank that stole from?
The bank didn't steal from you. In fact, there was no money in the bank
for
me
the bank to
steal. Because the money that I am thinking is going to the bank is not going to the bank. The money I am thinking is going to the bank is not going to the bank.
And these are some of the things I like to try to understand. And
corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
Ghanaians, the typical average Ghanaian has a way of justifying corruption.
Yeah.
I say this because I've had too many experiences about the average Ghanaian destroying the average Ghanaian business. You are not rich, but some way, somehow, they would see you as a rich person and want to take advantage of you. Typical scenario. I will employ you and be like, how much not even how much are you willing to take. I have 1 cedi to pay you every month. That's what I can do. You be like, oh yes, I'm good with 1 cedi. Are you sure? Yes, I'm good with 1 cedi. We start working together. First month, second month, 6 months, everything seems fine. Immediately, the person notices that the business is growing. They start feeling some form of resentment that
I should have to
Delali aye but
ask.
still or mommy 1 cedi. It's so counterintuitive in the sense that instead of the Ghanaian to be like, business is growing, let me go back to him and be like, I've been here, I've been helping the business grow. Business has grown from making 5 cedis a month to now making 10 cedis a month. Since I am critical to your business, is there any room for us to discuss salary increase so that instead of you giving me 1 cedi, you now give me 2 cedis? The Ghana man won't do. The Ghana man will be like, me buy a mu ha no, na unya 5 cedis. Now you are making 10 cedis. Intimina obu mi kwasia. And then they'll start stealing from you. It is one of those things that my brain cannot process why we do that. Because immediately you mentioned that, I was like, this sounds too familiar. Like, it happens a lot. Many Ghanaian businesses. And in my mind, I don't want to take this conversation from you. I'll come and hear what you think. But in my mind, if I'm working for you and I help your business to grow, I can come and negotiate an increase in salary. If the person I'm working with is good enough, and fortunately for me, I've had to work with good people. Like, I mean, in my life, in my work life, I've only had one bad working experience. Everyone I've had the opportunity to work with was great. My first boss was amazing. Like, she's a lady, never had issues. My recent boss too, wonderful. We still keep in touch. Never had any issue. I've never felt that I can't go to them and be like, oh, let's renegotiate salary. Like, if they are not in a position to give me, they will explain. If they're in a position to, they will give it to me. But this Ghanaian mentality where business is growing, so let me take advantage of them. It doesn't make sense in the sense that after you closing down, the person now becomes unemployed. At which point, what is the sense in it?
The sense is you have the money, I don't.
As in,
why am I working for you when you have the money and I don't?
No, but in tree they say edidi da yesi edidi preference. As in,
they be but one who say me here's scanning our own mommy. So in the average employee's mind, I'm talking from the perspective of I'm an employee.
Yes.
My boss should see that I am doing well, I'm an asset to his business, and should be able to increase my salary.
Automatically?
Yes, automatically. For the average Ghanaian.
Yes.
But since my brain works a bit, I would prefer to ask my boss, I feel I deserve this and this increment. I would rather raise it higher. If he breaks it down into 2, I still get something.
Yes.
And then I do my job and go my way.
And that would be what a sane person would do. In this case, collapsing your shop business to the point that he now goes unemployed, how is that beneficial for her?
If you don't get it, I don't get it. That's it, we all lose.
But how is that any better? In a sense that, how is a lose-lose a better? Working together shouldn't be a zero-sum game.
They do not care. What is important to them right now is they're seeing there's money coming. But you don't know what see, as an entrepreneur, and it might look like everything is all good. We give you the good side on the internet. It is not like that. You might have money today. Tomorrow you are going to restock and you are broke. Whatever you used the previous month, the prices have doubled.
Yes.
Like imagine the years I'm talking about.
Yes.
2021, 22, 23. The things doubled, tripled, and the money you used to do the first, it's not the same money. So
And so all the profit you got has
Asa.
to now be the initial capital.
So if like you're working for somebody's shop and the person is not giving you an increment, but who says it is not like washadao. By the time the person goes to get raw materials to make the finished products you are selling, the money is gone. There's no profit for the person to see that, okay, menya mfa so abro so nti ma memfa 100 cedis and 50 cedis and kanipa we die ho. I don't know for others, but me, I'm telling you, it is not on the floor. It is not easy for you to be able to run a business smoothly and you have money to give people extra. That's the truth.
But here's the thing. I don't have a problem with that. If I need extra, why can't I have a conversation about that? Why do I have to resort to being corrupt or a thief rather than have a conversation about it? In my case, that is where I also have a problem, in the sense that irrespective of whatever, before the person employed me, the person said, I will give you 1 cedi. That is the initial understanding.
Okay.
So if after being in the organization for 6 months, 1 year, I want an increase, maybe common sense is not common to common people, but common sense tells me that I now go again to the person who hired me and be like, Madam Delali, 1 year ago, when I joined, we agreed you give me 1 cedi. Based on my input of this and that and that and that, I would want the 1 cedi to be increased to 1 cedi 80 pesos. Then I am initiating a conversation. Then Delali will also be like, I am making money, but because of A, B, and C, I am not even able to make as much profit. In as much as the money is coming in, I'm not making profit. Then we have a conversation, a negotiation. I might not get the 1 cedi 80 pesos, but if I'm able to justify my worth to my madam, unless she's a demon, she would want to consider and be like, just as prices are increasing for your business,
Definitely.
it's increasing for her too. So a salary increase won't be bad. I believe that as an employee, that is also a way for you to measure how valuable you are to your employer. If you are truly valuable to her, to your employer, she would want to, if not give you the 1 cedi 80 pesos square, she might give you 1 cedi 30, 1 cedi 40, or 1 cedi 50. It's not what you asked for. But in the process of having that conversation, you would both understand each other to the point that it builds the relationship and it makes things better. I don't see how that is not possible, but the Ghanaian will be like, Menene agree 1 cedi. Company na konenim, but Ogusuma me 1 cedi. As if they did not agree to the 1 cedi. It just it short circuits my brain to the point that instead of dialogue, we resort to corruption.
Yes. We don't want dialogue.
How did we get to that point?
We don't want to talk. Personally, I feel like conversation stops like so many things. If we are able to have conversations with each other, certain things will not get to certain points. It happens in every aspect of our lives.
There are so many counters to this. People are like, oh, the average Ghanaian is not motivated because employers are not paying well.
But we agree that I'll give you 1 cedi.
Which is exactly what I'm about to say, in the sense that you knew it's not like they put a gun to your head. Of course, you are doing hand to mouth. You need to put food on the table. But because of that, are you then destroying somebody's business? At which point, the hand to mouth you are doing, the employer too trying to do hand to mouth is destroyed. Inti ye nyina na aboye. But if ye nyina aboye, in the group, I made this mention that many rich people in Ghana, people are like, oh, people have money in Ghana, like the recent birthday party the guy did. People have money in Ghana and they are wasting it on unnecessary things. The counter
your
to
money.
yes, but the counter to it is that many of them have tried running businesses and they have vowed never to continue doing it simply because people took advantage of them.
Yes. Just like me right now. I have vowed never to trust anybody again. I'm going to look out for my own interest.
Yes.
Any person I'm doing something with, so long as it's going to benefit me, I don't care about the person anymore.
And in as much as that is not the ideal mentality to use in going into business, you find yourself in an environment where people, for lack of a better word, maybe out of poverty, are not motivated to work and are inherently not interested in being honest. And they would blame anything, everything, rather than their own integrity. So
the integrity part, we don't have it. So that's going to be.
Is it cultural?
No, it's a personal thing. Some people just naturally are bad people.
I know. Where from it?
The idea that this person has it and I don't have it, it's easier
Sense
for
of
this
entitlement.
person. Yes.
Where is it from? That's what, and I'm not asking you, expecting you to have an answer. I just think about these things as in inherently, where does it come from? I was having a conversation with a Ghanaian who lives in Germany, and he was describing the inherent nature of a typical German. And I do 2 o'clock. Obi any kwan so. Okodu traffic light na obejina. And you say ojina because somebody is looking at him or her, or a police is trying to catch him, or whatever. He or she is stopping because inherently the person is wired to follow instructions and do the right thing. Where does that come from?
The basics.
Which means
Our
culturally,
basics
we are broken.
was not like follow instructions. Our basics was
culturally we are broken as a people. Recently, there is something, and I keep saying it in the sense that, do you know that I've if you know me, no, and for the fact that it had to stop your business for 2 years is a big deal.
Yeah, it was. I was depressed.
Yes. In the Tree language, the word maintenance, it doesn't exist in Tree.
Oh.
I ask everyone, my viewers, if you know the Tree word for the word maintenance, let me know. It doesn't exist. We have repair in Tree. We don't have the word maintain. The concept behind maintaining is different from repair. It's different from
Bible is protection, right?
It's different.
Okay.
The word maintenance, it doesn't exist.
Because I'm thinking about it. I don't remember hearing somebody use maintenance.
So imagine an entire culture without the concept of maintenance to the point that they don't even have it in their language.
So then,
which means it doesn't exist. The Ghana man will use their car till the engine breaks down before they change the oil. The concept of the oil is at 50%. When it drops to 48, let me top it up. That's the concept of maintenance. The Ghana man will wait till it drops to 0. The engine does before they fill it. Look at the buildings, government buildings. Maintenance means that when you say you paint again, maintain. They will wait for the building to be plastered with fungus 100% dead before they go and paint again. Maintenance doesn't exist. Well, look at 37. Look at the building. If the concept of maintenance exists in our fundamental culture, we won't wait for it to die, like in terms of the look, before painting it.
Mhm.
So fundamentally, how our brain works is different. And I think it comes into this kind of work life where you don't even understand these things. Like I look at it and I'm like, and every Ghanaian will be like, it's not me.
No, it's not me.
Every Ghanaian is the best version
It's not me.
until you give them the test.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yes.
this same person who stole from you in just 8 months probably is somewhere vehemently swearing that
Yes.
they are
never.
the best person to work with in Ghana. But immediately they see the slightest opportunity.
They're gonna take it. Won't we all?
Ghana stresses a lot of people. And for people trying to run businesses, for others who may not be running businesses at the moment, but looking at experiences like this, may not even want to work,
Mm-hmm.
may not even want to invest. So they get money and then they'll blow it on a birthday and buy a Rolls Royce. Because what is the point in trying to better yourself and the community you are in, only for them to take advantage of you and then insult you on top? Like, who was the car?
20 made in your day. As it stands now, looking at my job and then mixing it with this one, it becomes a lot. I get overwhelmed. Sometimes you could see me and you'll be like, what bro? Some people reach out to me to be able to get me to delegate some of my works to them.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to do that now
Because they'll break your neck.
because of past experiences.
But here's the thing,
I
maybe
need
they may
help.
also be genuine.
I need help. And there are people that you could, I wouldn't say I genuinely feel, but they reach out to you. Oh, I can help you do this, do that. You will pay me this, that. You know this person is willing to do this for you. You have a portfolio from this person. But then because of my past experience, I need the help. Like I really do need the help so that I be able to balance everything. But I can't go in deep with another person now. I can't even open up to somebody to come and help me with an ordinary shoot. I'll plan everything myself. I'll just call photographer, come and do this for me, and then we are done. I find it difficult to just allow somebody to help me because of what has happened to me. So right now, is it a good thing or a bad thing? It's bad because I can't employ a fellow.
You can't do everything, obviously. You need extra hands to help. Except, how do you find the right extra hand? Because all the hands look legit until
Still,
you start working with them.
the
and
hands
then-
I got earlier looked legit.
Yes.
It was helping me. It made life easier
And
for
I'm
me.
sure in the first few months, she was actually like...
Brother, everything was just smooth. I was just running stuffs up here.
So the fact that everything was smooth meant that you both had something good going for you.
I
But-
even got, all my defenses were down. I was, oh God. Anyways, life shall lesson learned. I'm not doing again.
Okay. Now, I'm sure some of you in the comments might be thinking at this point. So, fine
Nobody's
lady,
thinking anything.
fine lady has her own work, very hardworking, beautiful all around. So,
Okay.
who is the fortunate man? Enlighten us. It's somebody there at the moment.
No. There's
Okay, is it because of who is asking?
no.
Because, and the reason I'm saying this is because the answer ladies give is usually different depending on who is asking. So I'm not referring to me in particular, but I mean, is it because you're on camera that's why the answer is no? Oh, that even reminds me. Recently, somebody has been doing interviews on the street, and the ladies, they ask them, "Do you have a boyfriend?" They're like, "Yeah." What's the name? And they're like, which means
There's a lot.
there is multiple boyfriends at this point. So in your case, there's none.
Okay, so in my case, please, if I belong to you and I'm yours, and you believe you are mine too, you can come under the comment section and then start shouting, "She belongs to me, oh, she belongs to me, oh, she belongs to me, oh."
So if you are the boyfriend or the husband, you can declare yourself in the
Under
comment
the
section.
comment section. Come and
Okay.
talk. Save yourself, Sha.
Other than that, you are single. Have you always been single, or you've been in a relationship before? Have you been in a romantic relationship before?
Yeah, I have been.
And how was the experience like? Fear men, eh? Did it end in fear men?
Your brothers are crazy people.
Well, did it end in fear men? 23 hours a day, and use 1 hour to fear people who do not fear men. Was it like that?
Well, anyway, me, I've come to the conclusion that everybody will do whatever they like regardless. So,
Thank you. I think that is a better view of humans than people angry at each
I
other.
don't hold things a lot. Previously, I used to have this. Oh, you shouldn't do this to me. You're not supposed to do this to me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done this. Why did you? But now I'm like, okay, you did it, and so I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So
and the part I want to mention is it can come from whether a man or a woman.
Yeah, can come from anybody.
And I mean, online there is this heated animosity against each gender, like man, woman, men are evil, women are evil. I even have a video I post on my status. Men saying women are evil, women saying men are evil, yet every Saturday they are getting married. Married.
So you see this thing I said earlier, communication.
Yes.
Being able to talk about things, being able to let your feelings known to another person.
Which is something that doesn't happen often these days.
So I would rather bottle it up. I'll not say anything, then I'll move on. Like that's what's happening now. So yeah, my fun is until we are all fighting each other.
Which I mean, and so how long have you been single for?
How long say this?
5 years or 3 years or 1 year?
See, my first relationship, the boy said he will marry me. He didn't marry me. That one. Apart from that, nothing.
What was that, like school time?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, that was way back.
Yeah, way back.
So since then, you've not had like
Since then, I've not had what?
Proper relationship?
No.
Okay.
Nothing.
So that was. I mean, those ones are high school, tertiary relationship stuff. So
yeah.
Tertiary sweetheart, which most die after school. So he probably said, well, "I'll marry you just so that you will say yes." So.
No, he was willing to marry me.
And
he just couldn't hold himself together because.
So who ended up breaking up, you or him?
You be with a man, then he will text you 1st December that I don't want to enter the new year with this thing. So I'm telling you that I want to do this, that with this person. So if you forgive me, we can move on.
They play. Okay, so then that wasn't
something I was.
Oh, then it means it made your new year even easier. Well, not easy in the sense of your emotions.
You know where my mom's shop is in KhoPhi, right?
Not really.
Yeah, Zion School. The Zion School. So imagine the Zion School walking from there to here.
Confused.
Yeah. I stood up from the chair and I walked from Zion School to here.
But at least it helped you with character development, right?
Yes, it did. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. And I think at every point in everyone's life, they need something like that.
We need
Not-
to be shown shege.
Yes, and
So-
and I don't want it. I don't want the shege to end up in the person maybe hurting themselves, like the guy who
Yeah.
recently. But there should be some form. That guy, for example, could have used that as a character development to build his villain arc and actually come out.
He's not
with-
serious.
Yeah, I mean, you don't
He's just
do
a
that.
child, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want that happening when you are 40.
Mm.
You want that to happen as early as possible. Some people may never experience that, which is good. But if it does happen, the earlier the better. It's like taking vaccination. The earlier you take it, the better, so that you go. So for him, the time was.
So wait, see, we should take heartbreak vaccination.
No, I mean, if so, that's the thing.
Everybody needs themselves, okay?
Yes,
so
and
that
that's how I put
you
it.
develop your character
As
Okay.
early as possible. If you are going to get measles in your life, you want to get it as
Earlier.
early as possible.
Mhm.
Some people may never get
Get
it
it.
in their life,
Yeah.
at which point they don't need a vaccination. But you don't know what is going to happen. So if you can look into your future and guarantee that you are going to live 100 years, you will never get measles, you don't need the vaccine. Like, it's redundant. But
I didn't
If-
cry, Mr.
if it is going to happen along the line someday in the future, you might as well get the vaccination so that the character development is well built. In your case, you've built the character, so now your eye open. That meme now me say
Yeah.
your eye is fully open now. At which point, and I think, sir, these kind of experience makes it clear that people can disappoint you irrespective of who they are.
People will disappoint you. The least person you expect to disappoint you is just like, and when certain things happen, I try to picture myself in that person's situation, what I would have done if it was me.
Yeah.
So if I listen to people talk about my partner cheated on me and what led to that situation, what happened? If it was me, what would I have done? Would I be willing to tell this person this is what I did? And if I'm able to tell this person, am I able to move past that? Me, I can forgive you. And you see that forgetting thing, it's going to be very difficult for me to forget
And
it.
it's understandable. I mean,
We would be there and then it will click in my brain. The last time you were with this girl, what did you say?
yes. And I think, and that's an understandable crash out. I mean, that's something that sometimes people think when you forgive, it means you go back to how things were. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't have to be. Some people are able to, but if somebody isn't,
I am not able to.
I mean,
I will not forget it. I'll
yeah.
just be playing scenarios in my head. How you people were laughing, you were happy, and me,
Yes.
no.
And people have that, like, it happens a lot. I mean,
So I'd rather let me just
Yeah.
move myself from this situation and
I mean,
live your life, be happy. I'm a good person. You will still come and reach out to me. You should ask them. They still come back and look
Yes.
for me.
they will come back.
They still come back to
I'm
me.
sure this very guy came back.
They are still coming back. They will look for me. Yeah. They will still look for me because I'm a good person.
As a man, we need to do better. As men, we need to do better. We need to treat them well now. Fine lady, why you won't treat them like that? Yeah? And I think in your case, currently your business and your work is something that takes most of your time.
Yeah,
and it's a
work
priority.
takes most of my time.
So I think if any guy wants to shoot their shot as well,
I'll make time.
you make time for them. Right?
See, we all make time for the things that are important, for
important
us. So
for
if
us.
somebody does not reach out to you, it's intentional.
Yes.
It's not like I want to do it and I can't do it.
And you see that
You will find time.
Yes, that's something that it's part of the character development.
You would find time. If you're really into somebody, you'd want to check up on the person. But if you don't want to do it again, it means the amount of water or love you had for the person is swati and asa.
I think that's something men say it, but women tend to be like, oh, men are not chasing women anymore these days.
They are not.
And it boils down to the same thing, as in, if you have experienced a lady who is into you before, you realize how easy it is.
Mhm.
So when you try getting to know someone and the energy is not coming back,
You just know. Only
And-
don't pay me.
yes, and that's what, when men do it, women be like, oh, men these days are not interested in chasing. The word chasing even means the person is running from me.
So you don't want to follow.
I mean, if you are chasing akoko ofio penachene de na yankwan. Now who chasing it's running from away from you, which means by default it doesn't even want to avail itself for you to. So if I am chasing a lady, maybe the right word they are looking for is to court a lady. But if I have to chase, I mean, that's too much work now. It's 2025. We live in Ghana.
Me too, it's too much work. Leave me alone.
But here's the thing. If the lady likes me back, I don't have to chase her.
That's true though. If I like you back,
Yes.
I'll be willing to check in on you. And if it's like I'm the one doing the checking all the time, I feel like, why am I
At
doing
which
that?
point, you also
Me,
feel
me,
like you are
Mejayo.
chasing me, which means the feeling must be mutual.
So if it's not mutual, we just let each other go.
And
We live life.
Eh.
It's too simple.
time no day. And whenever and I think say it happens on both sides when both sides each one understands say, oh, the energy, you will see some guys dragging
the energy is off.
Stop bothering
Just
her
leave
now.
him alone.
Guy no so na ope na emfa janechi di. And
Just
then
leave him alone. It's not, see, nipa na ne bound change. Say me see me yebio. What's the big deal? There's another person. The person is enjoying. Leave the people, let them enjoy.
And here's the thing. Sometimes we try to get a word out of them in the sense that
we need a closure. You need to tell, why did you leave me?
and sometimes they say actions speak louder than words.
So just pick the action. I think parting too. If the parting is this way, just know that.
Unfortunately, there is the other side to it, which is the ghosting. I don't know if you've been ghosted before.
Me, no, I'm the ghoster.
You are the ghoster.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm coming for you. I want to understand, why do you ghost?
With me, personally, why do I just...
Yes, ghost someone.
Hey, when I'm not interested.
Okay,
That's
if you're not interested, what stops you from communicating?
Me, I have a loud mouth though. So I tend to tell people, I don't like this. Don't do this with me. But there's this notion, ladies like to play hard to get. So if in the person's mind, I am playing hard to get. So he is trying to like push. I'm not playing hard to get. I'm straightforward though. If I like you, I like you. If I don't like you, even with my female friends, if I don't like you, you will know that Delali doesn't like you. My teeth like this, I smile a lot, but my own, you will not see it.
Okay.
So I'll tell you, I'm not feeling this. I do not like this. I want to prefer.
Okay, so in your case, you do communicate.
I do. I tell you straightforward.
At which point, if you ghost them, it's understandable because terms and conditions have already been applied. But the ghosting I'm referring to is the ghosting without communication. So, for example, do you do that as well? So that I can bring out my king.
The ghosting without communication, like I just go off, I don't want to talk to you.
So let's say, and I'm going to give you a typical example. You start having a conversation with a guy. You talk a lot during the day, voice call, video calls, continues for a period of time. And then one day, that's it. So let's say you have a conversation with a person today. Good night. We'll chat with you tomorrow. That's it. That is, if I'm to draw a graph, it's like this to zero. Like that's how it goes.
Okay.
Have you done that before?
Yeah.
Where's my king?
No, calm down.
No, where's my king? Because I need a king. I need to
sit down.
I'm coming. I need.
Come and sit down and let me explain.
I need. I'll say the rod.
Come and sit down.
The rod will.
Come and sit down. Let me explain.
So start.
So we talk the whole time, and then
if you are not, and all of this period where
we are
talking,
good. Everything is fine, and all of a
nothing
sudden
shows that one of us is not into the other.
To say boy, yeah, me penny your own family, she. Family,
No, that means then the feeling is not mutual. At which point you are the one dragging it.
I got to the point where I'm like, okay, let me just let it
No,
go.
that's not ghosting.
That's what. I stopped talking to the person. If the person doesn't reach out to me, I will not reach out back. That's ghosting for me.
No, but in that case, the person ghosted you first.
If the person reaches out to me,
yes,
I would talk.
But
if you don't reach out to me, I'm not talking.
That's not what the ghosting. So ghosting is when the feeling is mutual based on both understanding until one of them goes off without any explanation.
Maybe I'm Achalugo style. Maybe there's too much emoting. Maybe the guy is too rash, or there's something about this person I do not like, but I like a lot of things about this person. But then there's a 10% that I can't compromise. It's like my off limit, and then this person has it. So even though I like this person to this point, this 10% is like a big deal for me. So I let it go.
But you can't talk about it.
No.
Why? And this is the issue I have with ladies like you, in the sense that you are all high on communication. You are all for communication. Yes, communicate until it's time for you to communicate. And then terms and conditions, you start shifting the goalposts.
You people don't listen. Personal experience, you don't listen. Before I tend to look at that 10%, I'm already sizing you from all the 90. I've picked all the 90s you are doing. I've put the graph together. I've arranged X and Y.
Okay.
There's
what plotty BBR?
90% no farmer me.
Okay.
Me no kasa me chip it at 10% na me pen small one. I'll chip it inside. I expect you that whilst I'm chipping it inside that you're interested in me. I'm chipping it. Oh, you'll be like, oh, the last time you said this, oh, what did it mean? I'm trying to put the 10% across to you because I would find it silly when I bring it all out to you. I'm giving you bit by bit so that you're able to like, clock it and then explain to me. Get me in the known, oh, this 10%, I can work on it this way, that way. But my clock here won't change. It's like, we are slow.
Yes.
Why is slow, sir? We may waste my time.
Okay, so at that point, you simply be like, oh, I mean, we've been having a conversation for 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, but based on this and that, I'm not seeing any idea. So
see, the go with the flow these days is too much to the point where we know we like each other, but you've not asked me out. That's me. Yes. We like each other. I like you, you like me. There's this mutual thing we have going on, but you've not asked me to be something to you. You are just assuming because I like you and you like me, we are going with the flow. That's how this generation, or that's the experience I've had. We are going with the flow. You have not asked me anything. I don't owe you anything. I can decide to disappear at any time. So here lies the case. You've not asked me for anything. And then I stop talking to you. You're calling me ghosted. How have I ghosted you? Have you asked me something and I've said no? No, you haven't.
But see, that still isn't communication.
How is it not communication? You like me, I like you.
Yes.
It's not like you've said, oh, Delali, I like you. And I'll be like, oh, KhoPhi, I like you too. So no, we are just having conversation. We enjoy each other's company.
But what makes the sudden ghosting the solution? It doesn't solve it.
We are not saying the ghosting, when it gets to a woman's point of ghosting, it's like she's done. She's not doing again.
Fine. You are not doing again because X and Y. If you are not doing again, but you do not explain that to the other person on
before
the other.
I get to the point of I'm not doing again, I have chipped X and Y in to that person, and I'm expecting the person to get it. We have had conversations around it.
That is the thing. You expect someone to get something without explicitly saying it.
Life is not that hard.
It is.
It's
actually.
not that
No, it is.
hard.
And
When it comes to boy and woman matter, it's not that hard.
I think, and you see, that is also why men are not chasing you, in quotes, or courting, simply because there is so much, how do I put it? There is so much ambiguity around some of these things. Let me give you an example. I'll come back to this ghost.
With your rod.
There is, you meet a lady and you compliment her. Depending on how you, the man, you look, the compliment can be a harassment or it can be a flirt. Do you understand that? You may have experienced that.
Yeah.
For example, if a madman on the street compliments you, say, "Oh, Delali, why a fool?"
I just then, me that say.
Or but you will find it to be an ick. Like,
That, I just did that. Thank you.
Yes. And the reason you are doing that is not because it's not a compliment, but it's because who the person giving the compliment defines. So, again,
answer yes or no.
No, it boils down to the point, say, who is giving the compliment defines it. At which point, I do not know whether I am bodanfo in your eyes or not.
My
I'm
eyes
just
all
giving,
men are bodanfo.
No, I'm just giving an example. Say,
okay, I get it.
As a guy, how do I know I am, in quotes, worthy of a bodanfo line in your eye? And by this, it's not based on maybe communication or having to interact with the person. It's just by looks.
Maybe the sister sees you at Mukui.
which if she sees me as Mukui, I do not know that she sees me as Mukui. Therefore, my trying to even compliment her worsens my problem in the sense that
I don't know for other ladies. I don't know for other ladies.
So you realize, at which point, if I look like a Mukui to her, I am not in a position to be able to determine my Mukuiness to other sisters. At which means I don't know. Until I won't even feel the urge to approach Sister Delali because maybe I'm a Mukui man.
And also,
with that, if say you are saying certain things I'm supposed to know, there is a lot of things that men are supposed to know, but nobody wants to communicate that. How am I supposed to know I'm Mukui in your eyes? How am I supposed to know you want gifts? How am I supposed to know you want, even if you want gifts, how am I supposed to know the kind of gifts you want? How am I supposed to know? I am getting to know you to know those things. Except you want me to know the things already.
nah, it doesn't work like that. That doesn't make sense.
You see, logically, you are saying it doesn't make sense.
But before you get to know somebody, before you get to that point of gifting and everything, you might have had conversations, right?
And so the person will bring it up in
do your conversations run around what do you like, what do you eat? But you tell the person, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. So definitely, I expect what I've told you the first time should be in your brain.
Yes.
Second time should be in your head.
Yes.
So you should know what you would give me. Oh.
But that's the thing. I would know if we've had that conversation. But with the example you were giving regarding, say, ABR, that 10%, the person may have been doing all the 90%, which falls under gifting and all of that. Those are bare minimum, like not a big deal. But the other ones now, you chip in. If those conversations are not explicit, how should a person automatically know these? I feel, those 10% are more important than the 90. Because if they are not important, it wouldn't have been a deal breaker. So for something that is as important as that, why does that not have a bigger chunk of conversation around it?
Sometimes you get to meet somebody and then you enjoy the conversation to a point where, okay, this sounds like a good thing, a promising thing, but then the person might say something somehow along the lines and then it will touch some nerve. Yeah, you were trying to hold on to it. The moment it touches that nerve, it has happened to me, I don't know for people. When it touches that nerve, I'm like, I'm not doing it again. I'll not go to the point of explaining myself to this person because I've explained myself to a person B or C, and then it ended up in a place I didn't want it. So I'll not let it go to that extent. So I stop it.
Here's the thing. You are essentially defining a new person you are talking to based on a previous experience.
Vaccine. You said I need vaccine.
But and that I think is also a problem in the sense that you are treating any new person as the previous one.
Life is not that hard. I'm not treating any new person as the previous one.
No, you just
the thing is when you
had that conversation with somebody else and you went in a certain
you
way.
calculate your steps as you go.
Yes.
Whilst you're calculating your steps, you do not want to make certain mistakes you made previously that cost you certain things. So if this person said this thing this way, and then you try to explain it and it ended up that way, you wouldn't want to do that same explanation with another person. And then you see that sense of there's trauma response. The trauma response of I said this to this person and the person reacted this way. I wouldn't want this person to react that way towards me, so I would not do it. So it's like a trauma response to what happened. There's nothing like I'm healing from. It's a trauma response. That's what we are doing.
And that's not what we should be doing. That's the point I'm trying to make.
And yeah,
because people enter relationships and treat the person they are trying to get to know as if they are their ex. At which point, it defeats the whole idea of getting to know someone when you've already blanketed.
What if you are trying to get to know somebody and the person is still hung up on their ex too?
No, new person. So you don't venture.
No, my ghost you are also no problem.
No, but here's the thing. Communicate that.
That I'm not talking to you again because you are still hung up with your ex.
Yes.
No, keep it in your head. Let it be lingering in your head.
And you see, that's the wrong thing people do when it comes to the ghosting.
So I should tell somebody that, oh my dear, I'm going to ghost you.
So no, you basically be like, and they are just like corporate, you have polite way of insulting people.
Yeah. So I should politely tell this person what you're down for.
No, you politely be like, because of how you are with your ex and I'm not in a position, I don't feel comfortable. Come up with sensible words. Yes, and this doesn't have to be like a page. Simple word. If up explanation, you can have a call, gentle explanation. See, I feel these conversations are easier than they should. People make it to be. I've had that experience. Or explaining it in a lot of words, but she basically said mental. which I go to bed and I sleep because it's not confusing. You know, when somebody makes it that clear,